Hello, everybody. This past weekend, I went to ARG Chicago, and I managed to top the 1K event. So, yes, I'll show you guys what the hell I ran. A lot of guys might be surprised. I did not take Mermails. I decided to take Satellarknights. You know what I'm saying? This deck just reminds me so much of Constellars. You know what I'm saying? They even freaking look the same. Holy shit. And everybody knows I'm the Constellar boy, so I decided to just take the Satellarknights. And I did a lot of testing with this deck, and I found that it had a pretty good matchup against all three of the top decks due to the cards you can main deck and the cards you can side against the top three decks. It just makes this deck really powerful. So anyways, let's just quickly go over the deck profile for what I ran. I played triple Deneb, triple Altair, your Wolf Bark, freaking sexy as hair, holy shit. Double Unacalhai, and one Vega. And yes, I practiced that name so much. I used to call it ukulele like everyone else. Like, I went with the flow, you know what I'm saying? But I actually decided to look at the name and actually read for the first time in my life. And it's actually called Unacalhai or some shit. Or Unacalhai or whatever. But definitely, not in a million years, ukulele. So yeah, for all those people that call it ukulele, fuck you. So the reason I only played double Unacalhai is because you really don't really want to open it unless you don't open Deneb. Like, if you open Deneb, you don't want to see this card. It's only good if you can't open Deneb and you open this and a Call the Haunted or this and an Altair. So, but yes, with Soul Charge at 1, it's really not that great. It's an 1800 beat stick, which is pretty sexy if you ask me, because, you know what I'm saying, you can just summon this and sit behind like a Vandy's Emptiness, so that's pretty good. 1800 is pretty big, they can't really get over it. And we only played one Vega because I felt like this card was recyclable. With Call the Haunted, you can use this card like 3 or 4 times each game. So I didn't really feel the need to play 2. The main reason I didn't play 2 is because I was just sick of those games where I would open a Vega and nothing else, and like all spells and traps. And it's just like you're forced to summon a Vega and nothing else. It's just pretty sad. So I only want to search this card. I don't want to draw into it, so that's why I only played 1. But it's a really crucial card because this is a card that helps you make Delteros and Triver, and Triver's just ridiculous, you know. Personally, I just like 1 because I don't want to clog up with Vegas, and I just pretty much just don't want to draw into it. I just want to search into it. So, yes. For the spells, I played Triple Rota. Double Apollo Duality, yeah, I like special summoning, so you don't want too many of these, because this card sucks, like, if you have to make an Altair play, and you draw into this, it's like, you wish this was something else, but in the early game, this card is just absolutely amazing, especially if you can't get into a Deneb early game, you can just activate this, and, you know, try to get into the Deneb, it's just really, really good. Triple MST, and one Night Beam. The reason I actually decided to main this was because, Burning Abyss, you know what I'm saying, like, if Burning Abyss goes first, and basically, you need to get rid of their Fire Lake somehow. You just gotta bang bang skit skit hippity hop this and try to hit their Fire Lake. It's really come down to that. Sometimes you even have to blind MST just to hit the Fire Lake. I felt like maining like a third wiretap over this was bad because pretty much you just have to go bang bang skit skit when you go second. So yeah, you don't have time to set the wiretap just to get end phase freaking blown up by Fire Lake. So well, yes, but this was really good. Besides hitting like Fire Lakes and Wing Blasts and shit like that, it also hit like Shadow Games and also like face down skill drains, because your opponent usually waits until you activate an effect to chain the skill drain when they're playing Cliff Forts, so you can kind of just like blind freaking Night Beam and hit sexy shit. So yeah, it's pretty bad to like blind MST and shit, I do agree, but right now in the format against like Burning Abyss, if you go second, you kind of have to blind MST. Like, I hate what the game has come to, but it's kind of necessary, so that's why I played Night Beam, and it was really good. Next we played one Regeki, and this was freaking sexy as hair. You can make Dwellers so easily in this deck, and yeah, Shadows and Burning Abyss get freaking maimed by a Dweller plus Regeki play, so this card was really, really good. One Book of Moon, pretty much another Regeki against Burning Abyss. I don't really read books, but when I do, gotta go with the Butch Demand is, you know what I'm saying? And then play one Soul Charge, self-explanatory. For the traps, we played Triple Alpha, Triple Call the Haunted, Triple Deep Prison. The reason I'm playing Triple Deep Prison over the Double Deep Prison and one Honest, like most people are doing, is because Deep Prison is just better in my opinion, and plus I'm only running 9 monsters, so I don't want to have those games where I just open like one Honest. This is just a better standalone card, and it's just overall better in my opinion. Like, sure, Honest can steal games, but I can't really rely on that. Deep Prison is overall just more solid. It removes Dante's, removes Windows, constructs. It's really, really good. It's really good against Clifforts too. They don't go back to the extra deck, so I felt like just Deep Prison was overall really, really solid choice. People try to play around Alpha, and if they try to play around Alpha, they run into Deep Prison. So yeah, triple Deep Prison is really good in this deck. Next, we played the double Wiretap, double Vandy's Emptiness, really good against Shuttles and Burning Abyss. The Warning, Compulse, Bottomless. Bottomless is obviously really good against Clifforts, but it's also not bad against Burning Abyss and Shuttles. Like, you can bottomless the Virgil, you can bottomless the Sir. Against Shuttles, you can bottomless Construct. They usually go for Construct now because Construct's just really, really strong. They can get the loop going, you know what I'm saying? So you can bottomless Construct, which is really good. They don't get the fusion back. You also bottomless like BLS and Dark Arm, so bottomless is really not too bad. One Breakthrough, one Soul Drain, and one Shadow Imprisoning Mirror in the main. So yes. The reason I only played one Breakthrough is because I felt like Breakthrough just got a lot worse with the new Challenger support. Obviously, this card sucks ass against Clifforts, and so yeah, I definitely would not play 3 of these. And I cut the second one for the Shadow because Shadow's just better than Breakthrough against the decks that Breakthrough is good against. So, like, Breakthrough only hits Tour Guide now against Burning Abyss, really. Back then, Burning Abyss relied so much more on Tour Guide than it does now. So, I feel like this is just really not that good anymore. And plus, like, if they have an established board, like, this card is just dead, basically. If they go first, for example. It's still pretty good against the Winda, for example. So, it's still somewhat needed. But, yeah, I decided to main the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror over it. And it just made so much more sense. Because, like, the only reason I would even main this is because of Burning Abyss and Shuttles. And Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is just better than Breakthrough Skill in many different ways against those 2 decks. So it's like, why not, you know what I'm saying? So I played the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror over the second Breakthrough. And Soul Drain was just so good. It's a blowout card, especially this backed up with like a Kernan Gorgon is just like GG against Shuttles and Burning Abyss. So, well, yes. Now for the sexy black cards, we played the Delteros, Triver, probably like the best card in the extra deck. It's like a win condition on itself, and plus Leo is so much easier to get over now with this card. Thank baby Jesus. Double Castell, this thing, Emerald, Kernan Gorgon, I love this card. Ragnazero, really good, especially if you have like a Soul Drain backed up with this. It gets over Dante's, Downed Magicians, a lot of Cliffort cards, so it's pretty good. One Rhapsody, one Excalibur, just so you can get over towers. Like, I don't want them to make towers and have to scoop, so yeah, Excalibur gets over towers, so yes. One Diamond Direwolf, I probably cut this for Gandiva. Just spot removal, so I decided to play it, which is pretty good, but I feel like Gandiva might be stronger. One Omega, one Bang Bang Skit Skit Hippity Hoppitus, damn son. Now for the side deck, we played the second and third Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, triple Fairy Wind, a lot of freaking Cliffort hate. The second Breakthrough skill, this is against like Shuttles, the Fiends, or Artifact variants. We got the second Night Beam because if I go second against Burning Abyss, I'll side this in always. And like set out like a Wiretap because this is just better. You want to hit the Fire Lake, so yes. Your scouts ain't going off. Let's just put it that way, you know what I'm saying? System down. This thing I probably take out for a creature swap because that card is sick. Double Chalice and Defusion. These are just for basically Shuttles. So, yes, that's it for the side deck. That's about it for the deck I ran at the 1K. I ended up getting 3rd place. I was undefeated all the way until the last round. And I lost my last round, but I was the only undefeated going into the last round, so somehow I got 3rd place. I do not know. Everyone in the top 4 was X1, so I have no idea how the hell that happened. So basically, I played a few Clifforts, a few Burning Abyss. One of them was Patrick Hoban, which is pretty freaking sexy because he's a sexy boy. So I also played against a shit ton of Shadows. And so, yes, that's about it. I ended up beating Patrick Hoban. I know you guys are wondering. I beat him 2-1. It was round 4. I was his only loss, but somehow he still won the event. So he lost round 4 to me, but I lost the last round, but somehow tiebreakers are freaking weird, and he ended up winning, and I got 3rd place, so yes. Patrick was running Burning Abyss, so it was pretty cool getting to meet him. I was about to freaking whip out my freaking Upstart Goblins and force him to sign them after I beat him. I didn't do it, but I was seriously contemplating. If you guys are wondering, I lost last round to Burning Abyss because he opened freaking nuts game 3. Holy shit. I opened double the Neb with a Rhoda, so yeah, it was over. He opened 3 back row, 2 Dantes, another Burning Abyss, and he had 1 card in hand, opening turn, and I opened the double Deneb, Rhoda, and some other shitty cards, so I obviously lost that one. But yes, Fire Lake Togut. I also got this thing, this freaking token, so if you want this, let me know. This basically grants you entry to the Championship Series, so if you buy this, basically this is your invite for the ARGCS Championship Series, so if you want to go, let me know. I'll give you this token and you can go. That's about it for my deck profile and tournament report. Kind of, is not really a tournament report, but calm down everybody. So like the video, double comment, and subscribe for Asian